I don't know if you missed it, but last week, um, a woman was told that she could not have custody of her kids until she received a chemical cocktail from the government. So many things to touch on in this one situation. There's the a woman's body, woman's right argument, and why and how that should apply to all people when it comes to their body. There's the argument of what is the risk posed by a mother to their children when she hasn't received a chemical cocktail. I don't think that we've even had that argument long enough for a judge to be making decisions in which he's separating a mother from their children. I'm having a hard time speaking on this because I'm so taken back and yet disappointed that this is where we're at. With so many questions about so many things, it's amazing to me that, you know, the judicial side is taking steps like this. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised that they came after a woman first. You know, I thought for sure that I would hear of a father not being able to see his kids because he wasn't vaxxed or something like that. But yeah, for them to come after a woman, I mean, that kind of surprises me, or it surprised me. I guess what I'm really wondering is two things. What information is the judge going off of when he decides that this woman is endangering her children by not having a chemical cocktail? Because the information that I'm privy to suggests that there's not enough information to prove that by not having the chemical cocktail, she's endangering her children. And then secondly, for him to take legal action from his position against this woman without substantial information to support his action. To me, this seems unjust, and as if, you know, he's taking a giant step. I don't know if it's one out of his position or if it's one out of, you know, I mean, that's a huge line that I feel like he crossed. And from his position, you would think that he has the knowledge and knowing that the damage done when, you know, a mother is not in their child's life is, you know, much greater than the threat posed by her not, you know, having a chemical cocktail. So when I find myself struggling to chase the logic, you know, this woman is in a legal custody situation with her husband, which costs her money. She's paying for that, which takes away from the kids and the money that they receive while both parents are spending on attorneys to, you know what I mean? And this judge decides to add more problem to their situation because what? He had a preference. He was in favor of the other. He really believes that chemical cocktails are going to save the world. Anywho, after making his decision on Thursday or Friday of last week, he received a lot of backlash, a lot of phone calls and messages and things of that sort. And so Monday morning, he had a change of heart. He rescinded his decision. And at this time will no longer be impeding the woman in her custody situation with her husband. So that is actually, comforting. It's comforting to know that there are some people who still are willing to stand up for other people and what is right, and protest what is not. And in this situation, I'm really disappointed that this individual stepped over this line. So I became aware of this story yesterday sometime, and I'm really happy that the next day I was able to hear that, a bunch of people weren't happy with it and weren't going to stand for it and disagreed with it. And and made this judge see that it was not going to be accepted. And things like that is what it's going to take. Everyone coming together and let it be known that things that are wrong and bad aren't going to be tolerated or accepted. So at least we get to end this story on a positive note.